I am DYANAROZAY, and I bring a unique commentary to your favorite reality TV shows and whatever is popping on social media. If you are not a subscriber, please become one. Hit that notification bell too, that way you don't miss any of my videos. I go by DYANAROZAY on all platforms, and I appreciate every single one of y'all for rocking with me. What's up, Supreme Team? Welcome to the channel. It's your girl, DYANAROZAY, and I am here to bring y'all the latest episode of Heart and Hustle Houston. Okay, y'all take the poll at the top of the page. Take the poll. We need to find out what the hell Josh has going on. So take the poll at the top of the page. Hit the like button. Share the video, please and thank you. I appreciate every single one of y'all for rocking with me, okay? I don't know what the hell Josh has going on, but I do know that he is gaslighting and lying. He is gaslighting and lying, child. Oh, that was uncomfortable. If y'all can hear the sound of my voice, let me know, please, by putting your city, your state, your country, your island, wherever you are from, into the chat. What's up, Gloria? Nice to have you. Y'all, yesterday I did a live, and for about 30 minutes, I was off the screen. I didn't even know I was off the screen. I was talking. I could see myself on my computer, but you guys couldn't see me. So if you cannot hear or see me, let me know, okay? What's up, Ricky? Nice to have you. Child. From North Carolina. Child, let me tell y'all, did you take the poll? Keep taking the poll. This is insane. What's up, Humble Jazz from Houston, Texas? Listen, we're going to get to it. I'm going to get myself on camera. Hold on, child. Get myself on camera. Okay, listen. This was actually a good episode. I enjoyed it. What's up, Columbia? Nice to have you. What's up, Georgia? Nice to have you. Yeah, look, there's a lot going on in this episode, and Josh and Elena's relationship, it's Freaky Friday. It scares me. I don't know what the hell they got going on, okay? But they got a lot of demons that is hunting them. And at the end of the episode, child, we gonna get there. But at the end of the episode, I was like, baby, no. What's up, Chicago? Nice to have you. So yeah, anyway, y'all just keep talking to me in the comments. If by chance, because I didn't even know this, I can see myself on my computer screen, but for some reason it went out yesterday during my live, and I didn't know. So I'm some here making faces, child. I had a fork and I was had all kinds of props. Nobody saw anything. I was so pissed. When I got off live, I was like, oh my God, how long was I off screen? I was so pissed. What's up, Beaumont, Texas? You hope that she reveals it before the end of the season. Yeah, I hope that it comes out in therapy next week, baby, because he's going to cry in her bosom. He's going to start crying and snot is the rolling out of his nostrils. I was like, oh shit. Well, we're finally going to find out, but y'all take them choices. Cause I was like, baby, did he have some sort of affair with the cousin, like on Soul Food? Y'all remember Terry? Terry's like, my damn cousin, you slept with my cousin. I don't know if he's been with the cousin. I don't know if he met up with the lady of the night or if he has a baby, but they've been dragging this shit out for a long time. That was episode 6. We got 2 episodes left. Okay, 8 episodes total. Yes, I appreciate you, Ricky. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Mount Pleasant is in the house. Anyway, y'all, let's get into it. Y'all know I like to put up the names of everybody that way because it's still a new show. I want to make sure that we're all on the same page when we're talking about the characters, okay? So it opens with Elena or Elena. I think her name is pronounced Elena. She actually invites all the girls out for pole dancing. This is funny. Elena said that she's not getting it at home in the bedroom for her husband. So she likes to take it out. She likes to take it out on the pole. That's where she likes to express her sensual side. Okay. So I was like, oh, heavens to Betsy. Anyway, Chloe said that she can tell by the way Elena is dancing on that pole that she is a freak in the streets and in the sheets, is what old girl said. Um, yes, baby, Faith, the cousin. She said she's a freak in the sheets and in the streets, okay? Which I howled when she said that. But it looks like Ro is coming in a, fast second. Maybe they both won. Maybe they won together. They tied. Elena knew how to work that pole. She was very proud of herself. At the end of it, everybody was pouring sweat except for Elena, baby. She was like, I can go for round two if anybody's open, but they had to get them on up out of there. What's up, Lulu? Nice to have y'all. Nice to have y'all. But anyway, like I said, Ro, I guess, is also showing what she's working with, bouncing, shaking. Toriia said, baby, she's doing the 8 count when it comes to the pole. In the meantime, Toriia said, I'm not getting off the floor, okay? I will not be doing any of the mess y'all doing. She said, yeah, I'll just, bounce around a little bit on this floor. And baby, she was sweating the worst. She was sweating the most. By the time it was all said and done, they was like, we didn't even realize that pole dancing was this much of a workout. I've never been. I don't know if y'all have been in the audience. Share your experience if you have gone pole dancing. Okay. Amy said you didn't even put this one up there, girl. She said that she thinks that he may have some bisexual tendencies. Okay. Well, we'll get to that. I was thinking maybe that last week, but it sounds like Elena's trying to work it out. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Okay. But y'all keep talking to me in the chat. Anyway, after the pole dancing is over, the girls hang around a little bit. They do a little gabbing, trying to catch up with each other. Now, Munira was not at the pole dancing, and neither was Brina. Both of them decided to pass. Hold on, child. Georgia Peach, she said, I did a birthday party where we pole danced. Well, how was it? Did you get a workout, or was y'all just, playing around? Like, tell me what happened. Anyway, they start talking about Toriia going on a blind date. Brina, y'all know Brina, she has the horse farm and everything. Brina actually sets up the pole dancing, or excuse me, my bad, not pole dancing. Brina actually sets up the blind date for Toriia. Brina is the one when Toriia said that she had been abstinent for like 3 years, I think. Brina said, baby, there's cobwebs up in there. You got to get yourself some ass, okay? What are you doing, child? Come on in. Welcome, Lady D Keys. Y'all, please say hello to Lady D Keys. She has a lot going on, so I am always blessed to see her in the channel. I hope all is well with you, girlfriend, and thank you so much for volunteering your time as a moderator. But anyway, Brina has said that Toriia is she says she's been too long without a man, if you know what I mean. Okay. And so now I guess she is taking it upon herself to introduce her to one. She has put her together with a man by the name of Banks. And y'all know that Brina has some bank, okay? She lives on a huge ranch, has a bunch of horses and shit. So Toriia is actually kind of excited about it. She said, I'm dating a man named Bank, and I think he might have some bank, okay? Come on in. Welcome to the chat. I appreciate y'all for coming through. She said, I think he might have some bank. And Chloe said, well, I see you with a lot of different types of men. It looks like you might be able to, hang out with a lot of different types of men. How do you feel about dating someone who's a little older? A little older, got a little salt and pepper hair, maybe. Tell me how you feel about that. So while they're talking, and it really feels like they might be teasing her a little bit because they know who she might have been set up with, Toriia's like, what is going on? It's giving high cholesterol. Toriia said, listen, at the end of the day, I'm happy, going out. I'll try anything. But she was like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? She's getting a little squeamish thinking about it. Toriia, what? Toriia is a whiner. Amy, for real, you don't like Toriia that much? I like Toriia. Oh my goodness. Toriia right now seems to be getting the most energy when it comes to, people feel like she might be a little negative. Anyway, Toriia said that she is open. She is hoping that the man got a little bit of change. That was the impression she was giving. But the girls did tease her a little bit and said, child, we're a group that's not used to the salt and pepper. We want to make sure that you keep your mind open because he could be a little more pepper, a little more salt than pepper. Okay. Anyway, moving on. Let's get to Elena. So Elena has opened up her new makeup studio. At the beginning, I think episode 1 or 2, she lets the audience know that she had a studio before that she and her husband had opened together, but she wanted something for herself. So she closed the previous studio to open up a studio that's just for her, that only has her name on it. She is the sole proprietor. And I thought that was interesting when I heard it last time. I was like, well, baby, if the other studio was doing well and it's money, I mean, whether it's with your husband or not, that's money for the house. Why would you close it? I think we're about to get more information. I don't know. I don't know what this man did. Maybe he didn't have an affair at all. Maybe he owns a loan shark. Maybe he owns a loan shark or some shit. You know what I'm saying? And they had to close down the old studio and she put everything in her name. I don't know. But he's done something horrible. Let's see. Nobody is going to deal with that. And she wants 3 children at 35 years old. Okay, so you're talking about Toriia. Got it. Okay. Let's get on to Elena. So Elena's at this new studio. She is real proud of herself. She said, baby, this belongs to me. I'm happy about what I have going on, which was great. Let me put y'all comments on the screen. So anyway, that's what I was getting. When she said she opened up that studio and took her husband's name off of it, I said, oh, I know what that looks like, baby. So you definitely is preparing yourself to be single. When you do shit like that, you're preparing yourself to be single. And she didn't give any more information about it because usually you're going to give a good explanation. Her only explanation was, I want my independence. Child, you've been with that man for 27 years? Please. Anyway, she's there and her celebrity client, Toriia Luckett, y'all remember her from damn, I forgot the name. What was Beyonce's old group? Put it in the chat. I don't know why it escapes me right now, but Toriia Luckett from the old group Beyonce was with. Okay, she is coming in to get her makeup done. Anyway, Elena tells Toriia, things are pretty much the same between me and Josh. We're still sleeping in separate rooms. And Toriia looked at her and said, y'all still doing that? Y'all still doing that? She said, damn. She said, why? Why? So you can tell that this is a story that Elena has been telling for a minute, and it's getting on people's nerves, just like it's getting on the audience's nerves. Get the story out already. But Toriia Luckett said, baby, if you tell me anything, you tell me a problem, I'm going to tell you what I think about it, okay? You're not going to shut me up or shut me down. Shut your mouth if you don't want me to talk about it. But she said, listen, at the end of the day, she said, what's going on? Why y'all still doing that? Y'all ain't rubbing feet or nothing. Elena said, well, we hug. She said, bitch, this is Houston. Everybody hugs here. What's going on between y'all? Elena says, well, we've decided to go to individual therapy. And she's pretty happy about it. She's proud of that. And Toriia checks her. She puts her right in her place. The same shit I said when I heard individual therapy. I said, nobody goes to individual therapy for a marital problem. Take both of your asses in there to therapy. Toriia said the same thing. She said, you're both operating from a single mind and single-minded mentality. If you want to fix this marriage, you're going to have to go to couple therapy, okay? How, Sway? How do you plan on fixing it? Anyway, in confessional, Elena tells producers that Josh hurt her to her core, and she's not even sure if she can get over it. The producer says, what did Josh do? Even the producers are tired. Girl, what did he do? Get it out. Elena said, I'm not ready to say it publicly yet. I'm just not ready to say it. So we'll have to see what happens next. But yeah, at this moment in time, everyone is begging. We are begging Elena to tell the story. Okay. Moving on to the next one. In the next scene, we have Miss Toriia. She invites her therapist, Sylvia. Y'all might remember her a couple of episodes back. She invited her therapist, Sylvia, to the house. She said typically they do, I guess, Zoom. And she said today she needs to see her physically because she's going through it. It's the anniversary of her father's passing, and she is still grieving heavy. Toriia said part of the reason she's grieving so hard is that she actually found her father after he had passed away from a heart attack. She said he was laying in his bed with his eyes open and she can't get the image out of her head. She said it hurts her to her core. She's another person who said this is hurting her. But she said that her father was her best friend. So she's not getting through this part. She's not doing it well. She said typically things like this, she would go to her father for. She always leaned on him. So people have to understand where they are. Still new here. Anyway, she says she's also carrying the burden of the financial responsibility of her father's estate. So whatever her father left behind, I guess she's trying to keep up, but she says she's trying to carry that. She has her own businesses with her own employees and her own house and shit. She said right now, everything is falling on her shoulders and she's not carrying it well. Anyway, Sylvia seems to answer or make this an answer to her problem. She said, girl, are you dating anybody? Which I'm not sure if her dating anybody is going to correct this current issue. But she said, are you dating anybody? Toriia said, well, I'm about to go on a blind date. It's not that I'm not dating or not interested in dating, but the men that I've dated in the past, they're intimidated by what I do, by my clientele. That's not my money necessarily, but they're always counting their pockets. And they seem to think that I'm putting myself up here and they're down here. She said, I don't care that you work at the bank. I don't know, Toriia. You might care a little bit. But either way, she said that those men seem to be intimidated. Sylvia tells Toriia that she needs to get back on the saddle, which is the name of the episode. She said, get back on the saddle. She said right now, it sounds like she's telling her that she's very, very lonely and that her loneliness is basically going to be a detriment to some of her decision making. So how did y'all feel about that? That I know a lot of people get upset when people start telling you that you need a man to take care of your problems. Sylvia seemed to be telling her to get out there to get a man. We know she has friends. I don't know why she wouldn't say talk to your friends more or, go out more with your friends so you can start putting some of this grief behind you. But she's telling her that she needs to get a man to put some of the grief behind her and to put herself out there more so that she can be chosen. How did y'all feel about that? Keep coming in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I appreciate y'all. Hit the like button and share the video too, okay? Any thoughts? Any thoughts? Anyway, in the next scene, we get Elena and Mona. Y'all know that Munira was not at the pole dancing class. She said she had work stuff to do. And she said that's why she missed the pole dancing. Anyway, I didn't know that Elena and Munira were that good of friends. In fact, I'm sure of it because it looks like in the next episode they're going to bump heads again. But Elena's happy to be there. She's happy to see her friend and talk out some of her marriage issues, which happens to be the very exact same thing we've heard on screen every single episode. Elena actually says that Josh has been to one individual therapy session and that she needs him to be more accountable for breaking her trust, because right now it seems like he's just blowing her off. Anytime that she says that she's hurt or that she doesn't trust him anymore, is given get over it, or he's not responding to her at all. But for some reason, him going to this one individual therapy session is giving her hope that maybe there's a turn in the tide. Not sure why, because there is no turn in the tide, okay? Like Whoopi Goldberg said, Elena, you in danger, girl. You in danger, girl. That man is gaslighting the hell out of you, okay? But she's putting on a good face, exactly what she said when her mama had came to visit. When I come and I see people in public, I like to put on my best face. I like to make it seem like we have everything under control, okay? Even though she don't. So she says that. Munira actually talks about her struggles with carrying the whole family. Now, I asked y'all a couple of episodes back if Munira's husband had a job, because what he said his job was chauffeuring Munira around so that she can take pictures for her social media. In this scene, she says she carries the whole family. I don't know. It's giving that she might be the financial or the breadwinner for the entire family here. Anyway, she says that right now the whole thing is bothering her. She has a lot on her back. She talks about how she grew up poor, that her mother came to the US with just her to bring her a better life or give her a better life. She says she remembers living in people's basements while other families lived upstairs. And she said all of that basically is trauma for her. And she doesn't want to go back there. So that's why she works hard all the time. And she's still struggling with it. She's still struggling with not putting her best foot forward or making people think that she lives a perfect life. Elena actually says that that's one of the things the two of them have in common, that they like to make people think they have it all together and that everything's perfect, when in the meantime, everything is, blowing up behind them. But she said, even though they know better, they know not to do that, they can't help but to do it, okay? What's up, everybody? Keep hitting the like button, share the video. I appreciate y'all for coming through. Anyway, that was it. That was it in a nutshell. Now, let's move on to Ro and Chloe. I told y'all at the beginning that Ro and Chloe were probably my favorites. They are this season anyway. They're my favorites. They share the most. I also feel like a lot of their problems is shit that a lot of people actually go through. But we are here with Ro and Chloe. Ro actually visits Chloe at her house. And when Ro shows up, she looks like a member of Set It Off. Y'all remember the cast of Set It Off, the movie? Anyway, she's dressed in all black. She got on these blacked out shades, child. She looks like she has just seen death. And Chloe knows it. The second she walks in, she's like, girl, what's wrong with you? What is going on? Ro's like, I just came over. I need to talk. And she was like, hell, do you need a drink? Come on. She was like, I don't have tequila, but I got wine. I got this. I got orange juice. Ro asked only for water. She said, that's all I want is water. And when I tell you, Chloe's looking at her like, bitch, what is the problem? Anyway, after she gets her inside, off camera in confessional, Ro says that Chloe is one of the only people that she can talk about anything and everything. She said, I know she won't judge me. So that's why she had to come see her girl. Okay. She sits down and she says, listen, baby, I think I'm pregnant. And Chloe's like, damn, bro. She's like, you lying. Bitch, I know you lying. She said, no, I think I'm pregnant. She lets her know, or the audience know, really. She said, baby, I'm dating this basketball player. And she said, I am, my brain is in a loop-de-loop right now. I don't know what to do next. Number one, I want to have another baby. Everybody knows that, but I don't want to have a baby by myself. And even though I'm out here and I went backwards because I ain't married and all the things, and now it's possible that I could be pregnant by this basketball player, I don't want anybody thinking that I'm one of them dumb hoes who's just getting pregnant with a basketball player to get the Lucci. I have my own motion. Okay. And now I am stuck. I don't know what the F to do. Okay. Come on in. Welcome to the channel, everybody. Hit the like button, share the video. Chloe said, listen, if he finds out that you're pregnant, is he going to give you grief? Like, is this something he's going to make you feel bad about? Bro said, I wouldn't even lay down with a man who would do that. That's number one. I wouldn't lay down with a man who would do that. That's what she says to her good friend Chloe. She says something else to her therapist. We'll get to that in a minute. But I caught that, Ro. I caught it. Anyway, she goes on to say that the basketball player's priority is basketball. So coming to him and letting him know right now that she's pregnant, that's the wrong thing to do. So she's basically putting everybody's feelings ahead of her own. She said, not to mention the fact, before I even got here, I had called an Uber, like Uber delivery, to go pick up 2 pregnancy tests from the drugstore. And she said that her daughter, Sophia, had picked up the bag, child, opened it to see what was in it. I guess she might have thought it was some snacks or some shit for her. She opened it to see what was in it. And when she saw that it was a pregnancy test, she screamed out, I know you lying. Okay. So Sophia is already giving her the blues. Like, you better not be pregnant. So now she got Sophia's feelings to contend with. And she's like, I'm just feeling bad. You can tell she looked like she had been crying. She's just not in a good place. Anyway, Chloe said, well, hell, ain't no need for you to, wonder if the test is in your purse, take your ass onto the bathroom, pee on them sticks so we can find out if you're pregnant or not. Why worry when you can find out what the truth is? That's the type of friend I am. I swear to God. If you told me you think, I'm like, you got them tests, I'll be over in 2 seconds with the test. We're taking them. We're not even going to go through this whole what if conversation. Let's just find out what it is. Okay. Period. Anyway, Ro goes and take them tests, child. She, after feeling bad and telling her all the scenarios, Ro goes in, takes those tests. She's still sipping on this damn water too. And listen, I forgot this part. This was another important part Ro shared with Chloe. Chloe was trying to find out what type of man Ro actually was, in bed with. Ro made this comment where she said, I know that he cares about me because he buys me a lot of expensive stuff and jewelry. And I was like, don't ever do that. Don't ever create a story around why a man buys you something. If you don't know why he did it, ask him, or you let him tell you. But don't build a story around it, baby, because you'll have 1,000 make-believe stories in your head about that man. And he'll be sitting here like, shit, I just bought you a gift the way I bought Jody and Catherine and Karen a gift. If you don't know, don't make a story up for him, okay? Ever. Wrong thing to do. But she was telling that story. Anyway, she goes and take these damn tests. She goes and take these pee on a stick tests, and they come back out. They're waiting for them to turn. Chloe is the one who reads them, and she said, well, this is a little confusing because one of the tests says that you're negative, but the other test is given a possible, a maybe, I don't know. Okay, so she's like, one is reading no, the other one is reading possibly. Ro looks at the test and said, well, I'm going to go with the negative one. Okay. And she said, if you go with the negative one, I'm going to go with the negative one. Okay. So we can just calm down, put those worries to rest, calm your ass down. And the next time we'll have a reason to celebrate for real, for real. No water next time. We're going to turn up and you're going to get that tequila. Okay. But I like that scene. I thought it was a great scene. It was a great sister girl scene. That's how people. Uh-oh. Hold on. Who is this? Let's see. Vanessa said, if I were Elena, I'd be concerned about the gender of the person with whom he cheated. Okay. And then we have someone named Andre. Then we have someone named Andre who I know is bullshitting with me right now. Andre said, I am not an escort. Andre said, I am not an escort, as if he's the secret that Josh is holding. Okay, Andre, let us know who you are, okay? Thanks for coming by, child. Do you need me to drop the link? Let me know, because I don't know if I can trust you. I don't know if you're the real secret. But if you're telling me that you're not the escort, then what are you? What are you? Okay. Okay. You're not an escort. You're a man from Atlanta, Georgia. And keep the information flowing, Andre. Oh my God, y'all kill me with this. I can't say for sure that we're gonna put an allegedly over. Okay, allegedly, Andre is saying that he's out of Atlanta, Georgia, and that he has some sort of relationship with Josh. And I'm assuming, I don't know how the two of y'all met, since Josh is in Houston and you're in Atlanta. Cool, cool, cool. Anyway, moving on to the next story, child. I got my papers are spinning. And okay, now we are at the blind date with Toriia. Okay, making sure I'm staying on track. Miss Toriia has decided to go on this blind date with a man by the name of Banks. This is the date that Brina set up, okay? Now I'm going to tell you right now, Banks is older. He is no Peter Thomas, you know what I'm saying? He ain't got no swag to him. I would give him about, I mean, he's not an unattractive man, but I would say on the swag meter, he's about a 4. A 4, maybe a 5. If you're interested in having a real relationship with somebody, possibly. Possibly. But outside of that, I don't know if that was her type. Anyway, he's very much giving that he eats dinner before 6. He goes to bed by 8 p.m. And Toriia picked up on it. She asked him a couple of questions about what he's interested in, the horses and whatnot. I think he said he has 6 horses, and he said something about horses costing about $60,000. So Toriia was like, baby, I want kids. I want a life. I want a man who can help me raise my kids. He said that he didn't want to date anyone younger than his daughter. Toriia, I think, was 2 or 3 years older than his youngest daughter. So they're both probably seeing each other as not as compatible. Anyway, Toriia had high expectations. By the end of it, though, she was like, this is my last date with Banks. It was nice, but I'm into something different. Banks didn't get an opportunity to say how he felt about Toriia, but it's Toriia's show, so that is what it is. Come on in, everyone. Hit the like button, share the video. Anyway, what did y'all think about that scene? It wasn't a whole lot to it. I know somebody said that Toriia was going to be childless and single. Because do you feel like she was being too picky? Or do you feel like she had a right to say that wasn't her type? Yes, Amy said that nobody's going to deal with that. She wants 3 children and she's 35 years old. Yeah, 35 years old is a little older to start, with the babies, but cool. Anyway, that's how it ended. That wasn't even, there was nothing to that scene, unfortunately. Moving on, let's talk about Ro. Ro is back talking to her therapist. Now, this is a part that I was, when people bring these type of stories to reality TV, I am always, I want to, I know how hard this shit is. Thank you. Thank you, girl. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. It's hard to bring these stories to reality TV because everybody's afraid that they're going to be judged. And they're right. They are probably for the most part going to be judged. But Ro actually breaks down to her therapist. She said, listen, um, I am really tired of putting everybody's needs before mine. Whether it's my family, I mean, she has a daughter, so we know that she has to put her daughter's needs before her. But she said, my family, my clients, the people I work with, being a general manager does put your life on hold. You are carrying a pager, or they used to carry a pager, or someone is calling your phone day and night. You never have a moment to yourself. She said, I'm tired. And she said, during this pregnancy scare that she had, she also realizes that she is putting this man, her boyfriend, his needs ahead of hers. She said, I was afraid to bring this shit to him. I don't think she did bring it to him, but she said, I'm afraid to bring it to him. I was literally contemplating how he had to deal with this. He's playing ball, how he's going to deal with his season playing ball. I'm thinking about how Sophia's going to take it on if I bring a new baby or a life into the world. She starts bawling. She starts bawling, crying. She's like, I don't have it. I give everybody everything and nobody, I never put myself first. Ro also said that she is numb. She says she is numb with everything, not just the pregnancy, but everything that she has going on in her life. She will not bring it to this man. So you don't have a real relationship then. You have a relationship where he leans on you and he gets what he needs out of you, but you can't get what you need out of him. There's no support for you. And her therapist tells her that. She said, well, your coming here today is how we break the cycle, because you have a lot going on. You feel deeply for others, but Ro, you got to start putting yourself first. Okay. It's great that you're an empath, but that's also a gift and a curse. If you don't start putting yourself first, then you are going to get swallowed up, basically. But she said, right now is how you do it. Talk to me and start taking the steps that you need to take in order to let people know that you are human, that you go through problems too. You got to start pushing out what you take in. Okay? Come on in. Welcome to the channel, everybody. Hit the like button. Anyway, I thought that was good advice. I thought that she probably wasn't being 100% truthful, or sometimes when you're saying certain things to your friends, when your friends are looking at you and you're telling them stuff, you start basically telling them what you think they want to hear. And then when she went to the therapist, maybe it started playing out for her a little differently. And she was able to tell the truth. She was like, I make my own money. I don't need anything from this guy. But at the same time, you might not need anything from him financially, but you do need to lean on him emotionally. And you might need to come and, work things out with him when you're having problems with him. You're not able to tell him anything. You're not even able to tell him when you have a problem. But I do like that she brought this story to the show. I like it because I know a lot of women deal with this. We all do, or we all have in the past. So I kudos to her, because that was some deep shit, period. Now we'll have to find out what basketball player she's dating later, because she wasn't willing to share that story completely. But anyway, hit the like button, share the video, please and thank you. And then we're going to get to this last part, which is Josh and Elena. Did y'all see this shit? I don't like Josh right now. Josh is a hard person to like. I feel like he's gaslighting Elena, and she's letting him do it. Okay? She's letting him do it. She's letting him gaslight her. I told y'all to take a poll at the top of the page. What is the big secret that you think Josh is hiding? Do you believe he has an outside baby? 74% of y'all said yes, that you do believe he has an outside baby. 18% of y'all believe that he has slept with an escort. According to Andre, no. 8% of y'all believe that he has maybe slept with her cousin or sister, like Faith did on Soul Food, child. We don't know. Now I'm thinking maybe there might be some sort of financial issue since she did take that business out of his name. In fact, she closed the business. She didn't just take the business out of his name. She closed the business down and started a new one, a whole new brick and mortar. So, called it a new name and everything. She didn't want him to have any ties to it. So maybe it's financial, but right now, most of y'all are leaning toward him having another baby outside of the marriage. They have 2 children together. But anyway, Elena's at home and she said that she's about to take Toriia Luckett's advice and find out what the hell's going on and if Josh is willing to go to couples therapy. But she reveals at the beginning of the scene that Josh isn't even going to individual therapy, which I thought that's diabolical. Whatever it is that's going on between y'all, it is diabolical that he dropped out of couples therapy or individual therapy. And she doesn't tell us how she found out. She said, well, he told me. He told me. How did he tell you, girl? When did it happen? Because it feels like to me you probably rolled up to the therapist's office or wherever he told you he was getting therapy. And they said, we don't have no Dr. such and such here. And we don't have a Josh. Okay. So she probably found out on her own and had to force him to tell her, because Josh gives that he is a diabolical compulsive liar. He is a diabolical compulsive liar. And he hasn't even said very much, but that's the energy he's giving. Okay. Anyway, Elena says she's found out that he's not taking therapy, or that therapy is not taking place. Therapy is not taking place after just saying that he went to one visit. So what the hell? And now she's calling him out to join her in a room where they're filming. And she's like, Josh, can you come here, please? If y'all was listening to her voice was very shaky. She's not used to confronting him about anything. When she had that conversation with her mama and she said that they're, the type of people that let the man run over them or do whatever, and, they just put on a perfect front, she wasn't lying. But she's like, Josh, can you come here, please? She's really shaky when she's talking. He comes into the room and she says, what's up? I'm just checking in. Is there anything that, you would like to share about where we are right now? Josh's comment is, well, I don't like that we live in or that we sleep in separate rooms. I don't like that. I don't like that the kids see us sleeping in separate rooms. And I'm not even sure if that was the better option. Like, you're forcing me to sleep in a separate room from you, but I'm not sure if that was a better choice in this relationship for us. Now he's trying, in my opinion, to punk her in feeling bad about putting his ass in the guest room. Elena says, well, I do think it was the better choice. Again, her voice is shaky and I can't even get it out the way she did it. But she's like, I do think it was a better choice. I don't disagree with that at all. And he's giving her a look like he wants to spit on her. He's not giving her any empathy. He's not giving her any sorry. He's not giving her any I understand. He's not giving her shit. Anyway, she's like, well, I think it was a better choice. And she says, listen, Josh, you hurt me. You hurt me deep. You did some shit to me that I would never, ever do to you. Ever. Now that's deep. Period. That's really deep. And when she's saying it, he's doing this. He doesn't, again, no sorry, no I hear you, no just tell me what you need to make it better. I love you. No, nothing. He gives her nothing in the scene. Anyway, she says, that she feels like she is constantly fighting for their marriage, for them to be together. And she's questioning whether or not Josh actually wants to be there because he doesn't always show it. He says, well, I think I do. She said, no, you don't. You don't show it. Just like I wanted us to go to couples therapy. You were against it. Josh says, no, I wasn't against it. He said, I was never opposed to therapy. And this is what he wants to battle her on. I was never opposed to couples therapy. Everything else she said, he has nothing for. But this is where he want to say, I never had this problem. Anyway, production rolls that beautiful bean footage. And you hear her say, can we go to couples therapy? And he says, I don't think that's where we should start. I would like to go to individual therapy first. Let's work on ourselves first and then come back together and, work it out as a couple. Well, if your ass wasn't even willing to go to individualized therapy, you've already broken the contract. You're a liar in that scene and in this one, and you're a liar in that damn relationship. Period. We all know that. Anyway, Elena puts her foot down and she says, I am super frustrated right now because Josh does not let me know that he's making any effort to mend us, and I don't know what to do. Okay? She's basically saying that she needs more action than words because he's only given her enough to give her an inkling of hope. An inkling of hope and to get her off of his back. Period. But outside of that, he's gaslighting the hell out of her. And when he does say, oh, listen, if you want to go to therapy, if that's what it takes to make you feel better, okay. When he does say that, that's literally what makes her feel better. And I'm not sure why, because Josh is not giving anything. What did y'all think about that shit? I thought that was awful. I think that he was begrudgingly saying, I'll go to therapy if that's what you need. Bitch, that's what we need. Why would you say that if that's what you need? This woman is literally breaking. You see her breaking. You've been with her for 27 years. So you should know by now what makes her happy, what makes her sad. I don't know. I feel like Josh wants out of this relationship. Elena, if you're listening to me, I'm sorry, child. I'm just, hold on. I'm just telling you what I see on screen. I could be completely wrong. You know what your husband wants. But on screen, it looks like he wants out of this relationship. He doesn't know how to get there himself. He doesn't know how to get the words out of his mouth. But if your ass went down to the courthouse and filed the paperwork, he would be okay with that. That's what it's giving. Because when men want something, they fight for it. When they want something, they fight for it. That's the truth. He's not doing that. And he's going to give you the bare minimum until you push the button. But anyway, that's what it was given to me. I don't like Josh. I don't like Josh right now. I know that we got more of this story to go. Maybe next week it will open our opinions to other things. But right now there's no balance in this relationship. It is you doing all the fighting. And he appears to be sitting on his hands waiting for you to make that next move. There's a reason why he didn't want to go to couples therapy. There's a reason why he's telling you he's no longer interested in individual therapy. And the only two times that man piped up is when he wanted you to be wrong about saying that he was never opposed to couples therapy and he wants to move back into the other room so that he can give the appearance to the kids that everything's okay. He's full of shit. That's what I think. Anyway, I'm going to give this episode like an 8.5, a strong 9 out of 10. I like that we got a lot from Chloe and Ro. They are good. They are good friends. I like to see a good friendship on a reality show. Y'all are giving me, who was it? Maybe Candy and Phaedra before the incident. Candy and Phaedra used to have a real tight lock on that RHOA, but I like them together. I like their friendship. Um, Josh wants out. You think so, Lady D Keys? I said the same thing. I said, this is what men do when they want you to push the button. They just don't want to do it. He feels like if he pushes the button on you, it's going to send you over the edge, but he wants you to have control over it. He wants you to get there. He doesn't want to do it. That's what it feels like. But that's it, y'all. That was the show. We got 2 more episodes left. We will see what happens next. Kudos to the ladies over there on Heart and Hustle Houston. Y'all already know what to do. If you're in this chat right now, hit my like button, share the video, please, and thank you. Follow me on all my platforms at DYANAROZAY. Thank you, Lady D Keys, for coming through and helping to mod. I appreciate every single one of y'all for rocking with me, and I'll check you on the next one. Bye-bye.